Hey beautiful souls, David Essery here. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the most powerful grounding tool that we have available to us right now. Let's get stuck in, shall we? Now, if you've been following the channel for a while, you will have heard me talking about this. Of course, what I'm referring to is the Earthen Sun. But if you're new to the channel, I'm going to dive in a little bit more detail as to quite what this is, where it's come from, and how we can use it. And at the end of this video, we're going to do a short meditation to connect with the Earthen Sun and ground ourselves into it. This isn't a technique that takes a long time to do, and that is in part is why it is so powerful. Gone are the days where we need to do a full meditation, spending 10, 20 minutes, half an hour, really grounding ourselves into an energy. We can do this really, really quickly and really effectively. So, what is the Earthen Sun? I need to round back on things a little bit for a bit of history. So, this probably begins with the Ascension process. If you're new to this channel or even new to the concept of the Ascension process, this is essentially what began in 2012, where our beautiful, beautiful planet and us are basically going through a process where our frequency is raising rapidly. And that's why, the last 13 years have been so, tumultuous, is that the word? I don't know. Chaotic. Let's go with chaotic, with shadows being drawn up to the surface at rapid rates and things changing all around us all of the time. And everything may seem really uncertain at the moment, but this is all part of the process. And basically, the vibration of the earth is raising. And as we are inhabitants of her, our vibration is rising with her. And essentially, this means that we have had to adjust in order to keep step with her. Before 2012, we were basically existing within the third dimension. And what I mean by that is really the dimensions are just a benchmark of an energy. Think of them as like a temperature. You might go cold, warm, hot, scalding, and as the temperature rises, you would call those things different things. It's just exactly the same with the dimensions. Essentially, as the vibration raises, we increase the number of the dimensions. So we started in the third dimension, and that is the way we had existed for 10,000 years. This ascension process began as a return to the fifth dimension, and on December 21st, 2012, we instantly jumped into the fourth dimension, and then began a kind of rapid development moving into the fifth. And essentially the way that we do that is we let go of our shadows. We all have density held within us energetically, from things, traumas, negative emotions, karmic things, past life things, ancestral things. We are an incredibly complicated being, so much more so than just the physical you that you see. There is so much more to you. This is just the tip of the iceberg. And what we've been doing throughout this whole process is we have been releasing those shadows so that we can raise our vibration and bring in more light. As we bring in more light, our vibration raises. And I am going to get back to grounding, I promise you. This is all kind of part of the history of it. Now, as part of the ascension process, our energetic systems changed. We went from the very, very limited 7 third dimensional chakras, which were literally designed to limit our capability. I'll talk more about that in other videos. But in 2014, we upgraded to a 12 chakra system. Now, when this happened, we basically brought online the Earth Star chakra. And this exists about 6 inches beneath the soles of your feet. And its primary role is to ground you. That role moved from the base chakra down to the Earth Star chakra. It's about 6 inches below the soles of your feet, as I say. And it's a beautiful hematite grey vortex of energy which glows with white light. And when you activate it, when you work with it, silver threads of light basically grow out like roots from the chakra and reach down into the earth, grounding us in. And this gave us the capability to ground at a much higher frequency than we ever had. Well, I say than we ever had been able to, at least for 10,000 years anyway. And this was really essential because of the process that we've been going through as a planet, as individuals, with our vibration rising up. We needed to be able to ground at a deeper level to keep this in balance. Moving on to around 2020, some kind of time, the 12 chakra system was upgraded once again to the 15, and we gained 3 new chakras. And again, this was in response to the energy of the planet to enable us to operate at the highest possible level we could do. It was important to bring these chakras online at a 5th dimensional frequency. Some of them, so for instance, one of these was the Alta Major, one was the thymus, the other called the solar junction. And these, although they kind of existed beforehand, you know, people that have done a lot of yoga or perhaps some healing modalities back prior to 2012 might have been familiar with these chakras, but they never formed part of that core 7 chakra system. They became much more important when they were brought into the 12 and then eventually the 15. And so they were essentially, their blueprint, their programming, if you will, was brought up to this frequency to allow us to work with them at a deeper level. Now, in June 2024, the planet went through a massive jump step in her own ascension, and she stepped into the 6th dimension. Of course, we were brought along with that journey, and now it is possible for us to maintain a 6th dimensional frequency. And that's something many of us are still working towards, much like in 2012 when we jumped to the 4th and had the capability for the 5th. It took time, it took work for us to get to a point where we were permanently anchored in the 5th. And that's exactly where we are now as we're moving towards the 6th dimension. For the most part, the roles of the chakras remain the same in the 6th dimension, but the colours have shifted slightly. And I tend to see the Earth star now as black, much deeper in its grounding energy. But it still works just the same way, and it is an incredibly powerful tool. So if you're not working with this chakra system, I highly recommend checking it out. In fact, on that note, I'm running a workshop this Thursday, which is a free 15 chakra activation and light bath. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. I'm going to be running through the beginning of that, just kind of a little bit of detail about each of the chakras, what they are, where they are, what they look like, what they do for us. And then we're going to be diving into a long meditation where we are going to activate all of these chakras at a 6th dimensional frequency. It's going to be a really beautiful experience, whether you have been working with the 15 chakras or even the 12 chakra system, or whether you're completely new to this. It should be absolutely beautiful. And I will pop the link down in the description below or up here on YouTube if you fancy joining us for that. So that's where we are. We've got the Earth Star Chakra. We are operating at a 6th dimensional frequency, but the journey continues. And one of the things that happened as part of that, what happened at that solstice in June last year, and then leading up to the Lion's Gate on the 8th of August, was the activation of what they were calling the light core, or the inner sun. Now, this is where things get a little bit more complicated as well, but I wanted to give you the backstory. If you just want to jump to the meditation, it will be in the chapters below. And I might pop the timestamp up here as well, if you're perhaps watching this on Facebook instead. But as part of this inner sun, so basically this existed as originally the Earthen Sun, which sat above the Great Pyramid in the Lemurian city of Telos. Now the Lemurians, if you're not familiar with them, they were one of the master races. There is basically our existence, our civilization as we know it now. Before us was the Atlanteans, and before them were the Lemurians. And they were pure energetic beings, incredibly powerful beings. And essentially, the last thing that they did was they prepared the earth for the coming of the Atlanteans. And then they went into a hibernation, and they retreated to the city of Telos in Hollow Earth. Now, I say Hollow Earth, and many people think of Journey to Center of the Earth, and think of like a staircase down into the earth and a real city in there. The reality is it's actually purely energetic. It exists within the seventh dimension. So although it is kind of within our world, it's not a physical place that you can walk to, but it exists energetically. And there was the Lemurian city of Telos there. And at the very center is an incredible big white stone pyramid. And above that sat the Earthen Sun. Now, as part of the work at the Lionsgate last year, the Lemurians basically reprogrammed this sun, such was their incredible spiritual technology. And they expanded it out around our entire planet, spreading basically pure God light to every single soul on this planet. And that was another important step in our ongoing ascension. Moving rapidly on, though, to the December solstice last year, what they did was basically the teams of light led by Melchizedek took this sphere of energy around our planet and compressed it down into a sun directly at the very center of our planet, still in the city of Telos, but basically overlapping that great pyramid now. Instead of being above it, it's completely surrounds it. And it is still a pure portal of God frequency. It is incredibly high vibrational. In fact, Melchizedek has described it as the highest vibrational light we have ever had access to on this planet. It's absolutely incredible. And this is the tool that I want to get to. Thank you for sticking with me to now. It was a bit of a long way around, but I wanted to be able to explain how we got to this situation as to why we have such a powerful tool available to us now. So this sun that exists within the Great Pyramid in the city of Telos, it's a portal of God frequency that we can tap into for our own benefit, for service work, and our planet is actually using it as a fuel source to fuel her own ascension. Throughout the last 13 years of this process, we've been having regular jump steps in our ascension at the solstices and at the Lionsgate, when we have incredible influxes of light drawn into us. And our planet uses this energy to basically fuel her own ascension. Now she has this source of fuel on tap all the time. And it really is empowering everything that she is doing with her own process, and therefore us. But we can tap into that too. We have this energy available to us. So our anchor point into the Earthen Sun is actually through our Earth Star chakra. Everyone can connect into this, and we can draw on its light. We can anchor ourselves in, which is essentially anchoring us into the core of Hollow Earth, which is of course very, very grounding in its own right. But really, for true grounding, as Lord Voosloo described it to me, to be truly grounded, it's actually about a balance between being connected between heaven and earth. You know, it's only kind of halfway there to just ground ourselves into the earth. But because this is a portal of God frequency, we can anchor into it, into the earth, but we're also connected to the heavens because we have that incredible frequency available to us. And we can do this very, very quickly. And it has the power to have an incredible shift on our energies. And, beyond grounding, we can also use this for clearing our own energy fields, for us doing our own shadow work to draw upon that light to dissolve the density within us. We can use this when we are doing service work, if perhaps, you're doing planetary work, or even if you're a healer or a channeler or anything that you do. Increasing the amount of light that's available to you is always going to empower your work. So we can draw upon this energy to help us do this. This is exactly what we covered in my workshop a while back now, drawing upon the Earthen Sun, which is such a beautiful experience because Lord Voosloo stepped through and we channeled a few lessons for us. He gave us instruction, and then we performed those things in meditation ourselves to actually practice them. It was such a fun experience to do, and I know those of you that joined me enjoyed it too. And if you do want to know more about any of this stuff, I will include the link in the description below and up here, I got it right, over here on YouTube. So that being said, let's ground into it. Let's see what this actually feels like. Let's get the benefits from doing this so that you can, if you wish to, make this a part of your daily practice and help keep yourselves more grounded as you move forward in your life. So whilst we do this, I'm going to share my artwork on the screen of the Earth Star Chakra. You may wish to focus on this image just for a few seconds before we go into the meditation, or you may wish to just close your eyes now, whichever you prefer. Either way, just bring your attention to your Earth Star Chakra. This is 6 inches beneath the soles of your feet. Even just as you're thinking about this, you may feel a slight tingle in your feet. See this beautiful vortex of energy. It may be beautiful hematite grey, or it may be pure black. Either way, it glows with beautiful white light. Let's just set our intent to fully activate this chakra and to ground ourselves into the earth. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And the way that I do this is I just repeat this simple mantra 3 times. You can do this either out loud or in your head. I anchor into the Earthen Sun. I anchor into the Earthen Sun. One more time now. I anchor into the Earthen Sun. As you do this, you may feel your Earth Star Chakra lighting up. See it glowing, that white light spreading, until it completely fills the chakra. The light spreading further and further, growing brighter by the second, until in a burst of light, a rod, like it's made of steel, shoots downwards into the earth from the chakra. A rod of pure light. See it now travelling deep down into the earth, moving through the layers, through the earth, the soil, through the crystal caverns, rising in vibration the deeper it goes as it moves upwards through the dimensions, until you see it moving through the rock and out into an opening, and beneath you lays a beautiful city. It's laid out in a circle with a cross through its centre. At the very, very central point of that, a massive white stone pyramid with an incredible bright golden white sun just peeking out the sides of it, just over the top. And this beam of light shoots down, shoots through the top of the pyramid and connects directly into the very center of the sun. See this now, it's almost like a beautiful atom. The energy at the very center, it's like spinning molecules. And your beam connects directly into this. As it does, the light shoots back forwards, travelling upwards, back up through the earth and into your Earth Star chakra, fully activating it at a 6th dimensional frequency. It does not stop there though, the light continues upwards, up your chakra column, through your base chakra, through your sacral chakra, through your navel chakra, through your solar plexus chakra, through your heart chakra, through your thymus chakra, through your throat chakra, through your altar major chakra at the back of your head, through your third eye chakra, through your crown chakra, leaving the physical body now, up to the causal chakra, the soul star chakra, the stellar gateway chakra, and then eventually the solar junction chakra. Continuing all the way up still, the light travels all the way back to your soul presence, to your monadic presence, and back to source. And then the light returns back to you again, all the way back down through the chakra column, into the physical body, lighting it up, into the mental field that surrounds your head, into your emotional field that surrounds your entire body, and lighting up your spiritual field, which could expand anything up to 20 miles or 32 kilometers around you. This is lighting you up at an incredible 6th dimensional frequency. And the light continues back down again, all the way back through the earth, and back to the Earthen Sun. This energy continues to flow back up again, like a pulse, permanently anchoring you between heaven and earth, grounding you at a deep, deep level. I just wish to say that mantra one last time. I anchor into the Earthen Sun. Just take a brief moment now just to tune into this. How does it feel to you? Perhaps you feel strong, confident, rooted. Perhaps you don't feel anything at all, and that's okay too. Just trust however you feel. Know that you can redo this technique at any time. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And there we go. I do hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're feeling nice and grounded now. That is the power of the Earthen Sun. So say if you'd like to know more about this, I will pop the link down to the old workshop recording for you as well, if you fancy checking that out. And And of course, if you would like to join me for my free 15 chakra workshop this Thursday, or if you're watching this video in the future, the same link will take you to a recording which you can watch whenever you like. I'd absolutely love to see you there. Thank you so much for watching today. If you've enjoyed this, please do like and subscribe. I share regular meditations, channeled messages, and all sorts. We would absolutely love to have you as a part of our community. From my heart to yours, sending so much love. Bye-bye.